The Hollywood entertainment industry has witnessed the rise and powerful influence of many stars, especially rock stars. Unfortunately, some of them passed away due to drug overdoses, leaving behind a sense of regret. Nevertheless, these stars have left a profound mark with their impressive performances and remarkable achievements. Although they are no longer with us, their influence continues to resonate today, sparking discussions about their lives and the contributions they made to the industry. This video is dedicated to honoring and remembering the rock stars who have left us. Let's watch and take a moment to pay tribute to these individuals with the Golden Icons channel. Billy Murcia was born on October 9, 1951, in Bogotá, Colombia, and was the original drummer of the iconic rock band New York Dolls. He attended Quintano's School for Young Professionals, where he met future bandmates like Johnny Thunders and Sylvain Sylvain. Their first band was called The Pox. Though his career was brief, Murcia helped define New York Dolls' style, a pioneering group in the glam punk genre. Tragically, his life was cut short on November 6, 1972, in London at the age of 21. He died from asphyxiation after overdosing on coffee at a party, a devastating accident that shocked the music world. Sid Vicious, born John Simon Ritchie on May 10, 1957, in Lewisham, London, England, was a famous punk rock musician, best known as the bassist of the legendary Sex Pistols. Sid was not only recognized for his musical talent, but also for his wild lifestyle, drug addiction, and scandals. Sid was known for his controversial relationship with Nancy Spungen. In 1978, he was accused of murdering Nancy in a mysterious incident at the Chelsea Hotel in New York. Sid's tragic life ended on February 2, 1979, when he died of a heroin overdose at the age of 21. His death is believed to have been influenced by feelings of guilt and sorrow after Nancy's death. Darby Crash, born Jan Paul Beam on September 26, 1958, in Los Angeles, California, was the frontman and co-founder of the punk rock band The Germs, considered one of the pioneering bands of the American punk wave. Darby became famous for his rebellious image, high-energy performances, and captivating stage presence, though his bold and defiant actions often sparked controversy. Darby's career was overshadowed by his self-destructive lifestyle and drug addiction. The band's performances were frequently interrupted by Darby's erratic behavior. Darby Crash tragically took his own life on December 7, 1980, just one day before John Lennon was assassinated. He was 22 years old and used drugs to end his life. Andrew Patrick Wood was born on January 8, 1966, and was a prominent musician in the Seattle grunge movement. At 14, Wood joined his first band, Malfunction, known for its unique style and flamboyant fashion. Later, he became the frontman for Mother Love Bone, a key band in the transition from glam rock to grunge. Mother Love Bone's emotional music, shaped by Wood's personality, made a lasting impression. Tragically, just 2 weeks before the release of their debut album Apple, Wood passed away on March 19, 1990, at 24 due to heroin overdose and brain hemorrhage. His death inspired Chris Cornell and other members of Soundgarden to form Temple of the Dog in his memory. Frankie Lymon was born on September 30, 1942, in New York, USA. A famous 1950s singer, he gained widespread recognition as the lead vocalist of the Teenagers. Although his career blossomed early, Lymon's personal life was filled with scandals, especially involving his relationships and financial issues. One major scandal was his marriage to 3 women simultaneously, which made headlines. He died on February 27, 1968, at 25, from a heroin overdose. Despite his short life, he left a lasting impact on R&B music and remains a teen idol icon. Gram Parsons, born Ingram Cecil Connor III on November 5, 1946, in Winter Haven, Florida, USA, was a renowned country rock musician and the founder of the Byrds and the Flying Burrito Brothers. Notable achievements include his solo albums GP 1973 and Grievous Angel 1974, with famous songs like Love Hurts and Return of the Grievous Angel. However, Parsons' life was marred by scandals, particularly drug and alcohol addiction. He tragically died at 26 on September 19, 1973, from a drug overdose at a hotel in Joshua Tree, California. His death was ruled as a drug overdose. Hillel Slovak, born April 13, 1962, in Haifa, Israel, was a musician and guitarist for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. His family moved to California in 1967, where he met Anthony Kiedis, the band's future lead singer. Together, they formed Tony Flo and the Majestic Masters of Mayhem in 1983. Slovak briefly left the Red Hot Chili Peppers in 1984 to join What Is This, but returned in 1985, contributing to albums Freaky Styley, 1985, and the Uplift Mofo Party Plan, 1987. Slovak was known for his innovative guitar work, which helped define the band's unique sound. On June 25, 1988, he died at 26 from a heroin overdose, leaving a significant musical legacy in rock. Jimmy McCulloch was born on June 4, 1953, and was a Scottish musician and guitarist, best known for his time in Wings from 1974 to 1977. McCulloch began his career at a young age and performed with renowned artists like Pete Townshend and Paul McCartney. His biggest success came during his time with Wings. Sadly, his life ended prematurely on September 27, 1979, in London at 26 due to a drug overdose. His early death left the music world mourning the loss of a talented musician. Nick Drake was born on June 19, 1948, in Yangon, Myanmar, and was a British singer-songwriter known for his gentle folk style and unique guitar playing. Despite not achieving fame during his lifetime, his music gained recognition and respect after his death. Drake released 3 albums, 5 Leaves Left, 1969, Brighter Later, 1971, and Pink Moon, 1972, known for introspective and emotionally rich songs. His life was marked by mental health struggles, especially depression. Despite antidepressant treatment, he died on November 25, 1974, at 26, from an overdose of antidepressants. His death remains controversial, with questions about whether it was suicide. Although his career was brief, Drake left a profound musical legacy that influenced future generations of musicians. Amy Winehouse was born on September 14, 1983, in London, England, and became one of the most talented and prominent female singers of the 2000s. Known for her distinctive music blending jazz, soul, blues, and R&B, Amy began her career in the early 2000s and quickly captivated audiences with her powerful, emotional voice. Her album Back to Black, 2006, propelled her to international fame with hits like Rehab and Back to Black. She won 5 Grammy Awards in 2008. However, her personal life was riddled with scandals involving drugs, alcohol, and tumultuous relationships, particularly with her ex-husband Blake Fielder Sybil. Amy Winehouse tragically passed away on July 23, 2011 at 27 in her London home from alcohol poisoning after struggling with addiction. Brian Jones was born on February 28, 1942, in Gloucestershire, England. He was one of the founding members of the legendary band The Rolling Stones, known for his talent in playing various instruments like guitar, harmonica, piano, sitar, and others. Starting his career in 1961, Jones played a crucial role in shaping the Rolling Stones' early music and contributed to the development of rock, rhythm and blues, and psychedelic rock. However, his life and career were heavily affected by personal struggles, including substance abuse, leading to his dismissal from the band in June 1969. Brian Jones passed away on July 3, 1969, at the age of 27, at his home in Cochford Farm, Sussex, England. His death was reported as drowning, exacerbated by drug and alcohol overdose. Gary Thain was born on May 15, 1948, in New Zealand and was a famous bass player. Initially playing jazz and blues, Thain joined Uriah Heep in 1972, replacing Mark Clark. He quickly became a key member, contributing to albums like Demons and Wizards, 1972, and The Magician's Birthday, 1972. His distinctive bass playing, using fingers instead of a pick, became a signature sound for the band. Thain's success with Uriah Heep included extensive touring and critical acclaim, though his career was overshadowed by personal scandals, including drug abuse. He passed away on December 8, 1975, from a heroin overdose at the age of 27. His untimely death was a great loss to the rock music world. Janis Joplin, born January 19, 1943, in Port Arthur, Texas, was one of the most prominent rock singers of the 1960s. She developed a love for blues music early and began singing in San Francisco cafes. Joplin was known for her powerful, emotional voice and captivating stage presence. She joined Big Brother and the Holding Company in 1966, gaining fame after performing at the Monterey Pop Festival in 1967. Despite her fame, Joplin struggled with alcohol and drug addiction, which impacted her health and career. She died on October 4, 1970, from a heroin overdose at the age of 27. Joplin left behind a tremendous musical legacy and was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1995. She continues to inspire generations of artists and fans. Jim Morrison, born James Douglas Morrison on December 8, 1943, in Melbourne, Florida, USA, was one of the most iconic figures in rock music history. As the lead singer of The Doors, he was known for his powerful voice, poetic lyrics, and wild stage persona. Beyond music, Morrison was famous for his controversial behavior, including a famous arrest in 1969 for indecent exposure on stage. Despite his musical success, Morrison's life was short. He died on July 3, 1971, in Paris at the age of 27. The official cause of death was heart failure, although many speculated that it was due to a drug overdose. Morrison's death at such a young age marked a tragic end to a tumultuous life, but his music and rebelliousness cementing his status as an enduring symbol of the 1960s. Jimi Hendrix, born November 27, 1942, in Seattle, Washington, USA, is widely considered one of the greatest musicians in history. Known for his groundbreaking guitar skills, Hendrix blended rock, blues, and electronic music. He began playing guitar at the age of 15 and rose to fame after moving to England in late 1966 with the Jimi Hendrix Experience. Hits like Purple Haze, Hey Joe, and The Wind Cries Mary helped him dominate the global music charts. Tragically, Hendrix's life ended too soon when he passed away at 27 on September 18, 1970, in London. His death was caused by asphyxiation from a barbiturate overdose. Despite his brief career, his influence on music and subsequent generations of artists remains profound. Kristen Pfaff, born May 26, 1967, in Buffalo, Minnesota, was a prominent bassist and backing vocalist, best known for her role in the grunge band Hole. She joined Hole in 1993, just as they were preparing for their 1994 album, Live Through This. Pfaff's contribution to the album's sound, particularly her bass lines on tracks like Doll Parts and Violet, helped define the band's success. Despite her promising career, Pfaff struggled with personal issues, including heroin addiction. The stress from her personal life and the loss of Kurt Cobain in April 1994 marked a tragic period in Pfaff's life. Kristen Pfaff died on June 16, 1994, at the age of 27, just 2 months after Cobain's death. The cause of death was heroin overdose. Kurt Cobain, born February 20, 1967, in Hoquiam, Washington, was a renowned musician and the frontman of Nirvana. Cobain had a difficult childhood, marked by family struggles and psychological issues. Despite this, music became his outlet, and he began playing guitar at a young age, eventually developing a unique musical style. Cobain's breakthrough came when Nirvana released Nevermind, 1991, with the iconic hit Smells Like Teen Spirit, which became a global sensation. However, Cobain's personal life was marred by drug use, particularly heroin, and the pressures of fame. The combination of personal struggles and media pressure led to a series of mental health crises. Cobain died on April 5, 1994, at the age of 27, from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. His death shocked the world and became a symbol of the tragic side of fame in the rock world. He remains a powerful icon of youth culture and is remembered for his music, influence, and enduring legacy. Rudy Lewis, born January 5, 1940, in Philadelphia, was a prominent singer for the group The Drifters. Before joining The Drifters in late 1960, he had a career in gospel music with the Clara Ward Singers. Lewis took over as the lead vocalist for The Drifters from late 1960 until 1964, performing alongside Johnny Moore. Lewis's career was tragically cut short when he died suddenly on May 20, 1964. There remains controversy surrounding the cause of his death. Some sources claim it was drug-related, while others suggest he died from choking in his sleep due to unhealthy eating habits. Rudy Lewis passed away at the age of 24. leaving a void in the Drifters' music. Bradley Nowell was born on February 22, 1968, in Long Beach, California. He was a renowned American musician and singer, best known as the founder and lead vocalist of the band Sublime. With a style that blended ska, reggae, punk, and rock, Sublime quickly became one of the most influential bands in the alternative music scene in the US. The band's success began with their debut album 40 to Freedom, released in 1992, and continued with Robin the Hood in 1994. Bradley Nowell passed away on May 25, 1996, at the age of 28 from a heroin overdose. His death marked the end of Sublime's career, just as they were about to reach their peak. Despite multiple attempts to quit, Nowell could not overcome his addiction. Shannon Hoon was born on September 26, 1967, and was the lead singer of the band Blind Melon, famous for their hit No Rain. Hoon grew up in Indiana, US, and developed a passion for music early on, especially for bands like Grateful Dead and the Beatles. In 1989, he moved to Los Angeles to pursue a music career and formed Blind Melon with other band members. The success of Blind Melon was tied to their blend of rock, folk, and psychedelic music, paired with Hoon's emotional vocals. However, his career was overshadowed by personal struggles, particularly drug addiction. Despite participating in several rehab programs, his condition did not improve. On October 21, 1995, Shannon Hoon was found dead on his tour bus in New Orleans. He was 28 years old, and the cause of death was a drug overdose. Brian Leslie Cole was born on September 8, 1942, in Tacoma, Washington. He was a musician, bass player, and founding member of the famous folk rock band The Association. Brian Cole was an essential part of the group, contributing vocals and bass, helping to create the unique sound of The Association throughout the 1960s. Cole was known for his warm voice and captivating performances, particularly in the band's live shows. However, Brian Cole's career and life were tragically cut short at the age of 29 on August 2, 1972, due to a heroin overdose, which had a profound impact on the band and their fans. Steve Clark was born on April 23, 1960, in Sheffield, England, and was one of the prominent members of the famous rock band Def Leppard. Clark started his music career at a young age, heavily influenced by Led Zeppelin, particularly guitarist Jimmy Page. In 1978, he joined Def Leppard and became one of the band's lead guitarists, contributing to their massive success. He was the primary songwriter for many of their hits, especially on Hysteria, one of Def Leppard's most successful albums. However, Clark also faced many personal challenges, particularly with alcohol addiction. Despite participating in treatment programs, he was unable to overcome his struggles. Steve Clark passed away on January 8, 1991, at the age of 30, due to the combined effects of alcohol and painkillers. His sudden death left a large void in the band and the music community. John Bonham was born on May 31, 1948, and is widely regarded as one of the greatest drummers in rock history, best known as the drummer for Led Zeppelin. Bonham developed a passion for music early, teaching himself to play drums and joining several local bands before joining Led Zeppelin in 1968. The band quickly became one of the most legendary in rock history, known for their powerful and bold musical style. However, his personal life was marred by scandals. Bonham was known for his alcohol abuse, which affected his health and relationships within the band. John Bonham passed away on September 25, 1980, at the age of 32. The cause of death was believed to be excessive drinking. He consumed 40 shots of vodka within 12 hours before his death. His passing led to the breakup of Led Zeppelin. Keith Moon was born on August 23, 1947, in London, England, and was one of the most prominent drummers in music history, best known as a member of The Who. Moon was famous for his eccentric stage presence and wild antics, such as destroying hotel furniture and engaging in reckless performances. These actions reflected his turbulent life, which was plagued by severe alcohol and drug addiction. Moon's contributions to rock music were significant, particularly in his innovative and unrestrained work with The Who on albums like Tommy and Who's Next. Keith Moon passed away on September 7, 1978, at the age of 32, due to an overdose of pills, a result of his prolonged addiction and a life filled with tension and pressure. His death marked the end of a rock icon, a talented figure whose life was as tragic as it was brilliant. Bon Scott, born Ronald Belford Scott on July 9, 1946, in Scotland. Scott began his music career in the 1960s, playing with bands like the Spectors and the Valentines before joining AC/DC in 1974. As the lead vocalist of the band, Scott was pivotal in building AC/DC's reputation, particularly with hits like Highway to Hell and Let There Be Rock. Scott was famous for his powerful voice and energetic stage presence, but he was also notorious for his reckless lifestyle, including alcohol and drug addiction. On the morning of February 19, 1980, Bon Scott passed away at the age of 33 in London due to acute alcohol poisoning. His death was considered an accident after he drank excessively following a night of partying. He was buried at Fremantle Cemetery, and his grave was designated a National Cultural Landmark in 2006. Layne Staley was born on August 22, 1968, known for his role as the lead singer of Alice in Chains. He was recognized for his distinct, soulful, and haunting voice, which conveyed deep emotional pain in the band's songs. Staley began his music career in the late 1980s, and Alice in Chains achieved great success with their album Facelift 1990, especially with the hit Man in the Box. However, Staley's life was deeply affected by addiction, which led him to gradually withdraw from the public eye. His career struggled as he became heavily addicted to drugs. His declining health and increasing isolation caused him to stay away from the spotlight. On April 5, 2002, Layne Staley was found dead at his home in Seattle at the age of 34. The cause of death was drug overdose combined with heart disease, with signs of severe deterioration due to years of substance abuse. Golden Icons, where we tell inspiring stories about the lives and careers of famous people. If this content touches your heart, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on a deeper journey into the lives and stories of people in the entertainment industry. Don't forget to share your thoughts or memories in the comments. We can spread the values, preserve their legacy, and build a loving, connected community.